Welcome to the Safe Zone School.
Welcome to the Safe Zone School. Today we are going to learn about Fork Delta Exchange, a forked version of the Ether Delta Exchange. After the Ether Delta Exchange went to the hands of new owners, Fork Delta decided to fork from the main platform and is growing very popular, while Ether Delta have gone down completely and is currently delisted from CoinMarketCap as of February-March 2018. The URL for Fork Delta account is forkdelta.github.io. Currently, Fork Delta is a subdomain of GitHub. It is a decentralized exchange, and as such there is no sign-up process, nor any process for document verification. If you have any Ethereum wallet with private keys like MyEther Wallet, MetaMask, Ledger Nano S, it means you already have an account at Fork Delta. If not, you can create new account in a single click. Fork Delta FD is available in multiple languages. You can choose any language from the list. Since this video is in English, we continue in English. For safety and security, do not use the private keys of your main wallet at Fork Delta or any other site. A safer and better way to use your wallets is to install the MetaMask extension. So, if you open Fork Delta in a browser where MetaMask is installed, the options here would be a bit different. We shall come to them later. If you want to import an account directly, it would ask for the private key along with the address. If you are creating a new account at Fork Delta, do save the address and the private key, which would be needed later for import. And always remember to forget account when the work is done. At Fork Delta, we can trade Ether with any ERC20 token listed here. Though you can use this video to trade any Fork Delta token, I would like to show you with one important coin. Twinkle. TWNKL is the ticker of the Rainbow currency. Rainbow currency is the main digital currency of the Safe Zone. Safe.zone. It is backed by company shares, gold, real businesses accepting Twinkles, and much more. It is created by the people, for the people, and have an economy of its own. Twinkle is recently listed at Fork Delta. So we shall learn how to trade Twinkle at Fork Delta. We clicked on the ticker to open the Twinkle market. We could have selected it from the drop-down as well. Both results the same. There is another drop-down for tokens. Now what is this one? It is for confirmation that we are actually trading the right token. When we click on Twinkle, it gives the message about the token. We see that it is indeed the right one, ending EEE695. We can see the same message by clicking here on the Twinkle link. It reads, Rainbow Currency Foundation is a non-profit corporation registered in Nevada, USA. It has been built to make global and local payments processes safer, cheaper, and easier. So by looking at the contract address, we become sure that we are trading the right token. The smart contract shows the current smart contract selected, so do not touch this one. By clicking the link About Fork Delta, we can find more information about Fork Delta. The roadmap and mainly the FAQs are extremely important. Please go through them for better understanding. There are different login options. As discussed, directly importing your main MEW account is not recommended. It is recommended to use MetaMask with Fork Delta. It is safer for you and actually safer for Fork Delta as well. You can use your main wallet with Fork Delta via MetaMask. To install MetaMask extension, click on the MetaMask link at the top of myetherwallet.com and follow instructions. For using Ledger Nano S at Fork Delta, the instructions are available here. If you do not have MetaMask or Ledger Nano S, then create a new account. Transfer only the required amount of ethers and tokens you want to trade. Deposit, make your purchases, withdraw, and then transfer back to your main wallet or to other exchanges. And finally forget this newly created account. I already have MetaMask. So Fork Delta displays the amount of Ether and Twinkles I have in the wallet associated with MetaMask. However, as I have not logged in yet, it is red and I cannot do any deposit, trade, withdraw or transfer. I can only see the value as it is available in the blockchain. Now I go ahead and log in at MetaMask. And select the seller's account that I have created for demonstration purpose. And when I refresh the Fork Delta screen, we see that the account is active and ready to use safely. It is now not possible to forget account as we are connected from MetaMask. In order to forget, we have to sign out of MetaMask once our work is done. This is much secure than providing the private key to Fork Delta. We shall come to setting the gas price later, as this is very important. Now, coming to the body of the Fork Delta interface, this is divided into 8 sections. I would start with bottom left. Volume. In the volume section, it displays the daily volume along with the best bid and best ask or offer price of all tokens listed at Fork Delta. Number 2. Balance. Along with displaying the balance of the tokens and ethers, here we can do 3 different operations: deposit, withdraw, and transfer. This section always displays the selected tokens at the top and Ether at the bottom. The left side displays the token name, middle is the balance in your wallet, and the right side is your balance in the smart contract of Fork Delta. The Twinkles and or Ether should be there in the smart contract so that the trade is possible. And there should be enough Ether in your wallet to pay for the fees in each step. If you make a deposit, it moves from your wallet to the smart contract. And if you withdraw, it moves from the smart contract to your wallet. The history of the deposits and withdrawals will appear in the Funds tab of the My Transactions section. Transfer option is available so that you can transfer from your wallet to any other safer location if you feel suitable. All actions in this section will come with a fee in Ether to be deducted from your wallet. So, it is necessary to have enough Ether in your wallet if you are a buyer or a seller. Number 3. New order. We can place a buy order or a sell order in this section. We simply need to enter the amount of Twinkles, the rate at which we want to purchase or sell, and click the buy or sell button. The order would be valid for the number of blocks we enter here. 10,000 blocks is normally valid for 3 days. If we want it to last for years, just enter 3 more zeros. By placing the order, it would appear in the order book in a different color. It would also appear in My Transactions section in the Orders tab. Placing orders is free of charge at Fork Delta. However, place only appropriate orders because cancelling an order comes with a transaction cost. Number 4. Order book. Here all the open orders are listed placed by all the members of Fork Delta. The top red section is the ask price and the bottom green section is the bid price. If someone wants to complete the transaction, it can be done only in this section. If you are not sure at what price to place a new order, just use this section and complete an order. There are some very low price orders placed. They will probably never be sold, and the buyer have to spend money to cancel the order. Similarly, do not place your sell orders too high so that there is no interested buyers. And you probably also have to cancel your order. Think twice, order once. Whatever we purchase from the order book, it goes to the Trades tab of My Transactions. It comes with a transaction cost of Ether as well as tokens. Number 5. My Transactions. We have pretty much covered this section. All deposits and withdrawals will come in the Funds tab with TX hash link. The new order placed will show up in the Orders tab. It will show until the order is not completed or cancelled. It can be cancelled in the Orders tab by paying appropriate fees in Ether. All executed orders Buy or sell will appear in the Trades tab with appropriate TX hash link. Please read all the important information in the Important tab. You can connect with Fork Delta on Discord or on Reddit. Number 6. Price chart. It shows the price in a graphical form. Also, the market depth of the bids and asks are displayed graphically in this section. Number 7. Trades. All the executed trades are displayed in the Trades section. Please note, Fork Delta will only display recent transactions. Number 8. Twitter feeds. The Fork Delta updates on Twitter is displayed in this section so that one can be up to date with the tweets from Fork Delta. Now, let us understand the fees in detail. Fork Delta is a decentralized exchange. This means that your deposits, withdrawals, transfers, and trades are processed by the Ethereum blockchain. The fees you pay on these transactions go to the Ethereum network, that is to the Ethereum miners. Placing an order is free because it's not done on the blockchain. You simply sign a message that represents your intent to sell or buy some token at a set price. When someone wants to close the deal or order, they send a blockchain transaction to the trading contract, which verifies your signature and also keeps track of the total volume of your order. However, when you want to cancel an order, you have to let the contract know to stop accepting trades for your order. That is, set remaining volume of your order to 0. So a blockchain transaction is required, for which there is a network fee. Fork Delta will not allow you to perform a transaction if your wallet has less than 0.0025 Ether. The fees will directly be deducted from your wallet. As such, setting the right gas price is really important for optimum expenses of fees. So, just before doing any transaction, we need to check the gas price at ethgasstation.info and use the price. This price greatly varies, so it is really important to check the price at the time of placing the order to minimize the transaction cost. Now, let us do the deposits, sell, buy, withdraw in real time. So I have logged into seller's account where I have Twinkles which I have purchased from other exchange. I would need to move them to the smart contract to place the sell order. At this point, we go to ethgasstation.info and check the price. Maybe you can take the average of standard and safe low prices and save it as the gas price to be used. Now, deposit the Twinkles into the smart contract. It will create two transactions. First transaction will move Twinkles to the smart contract of TWNKL. We need to sign it at MetaMask by clicking confirm. Second transaction will move Twinkle to the smart contract of Fork Delta. We need to sign that as well. Now click on both TX hash so that we can safely close this message. And we need to wait until both the transactions are successful. Alright, so we are back after some time and have refreshed the page. We see that twinkles are deposited to the ForkDelta smart contract. Also, a small fee have been deducted. As this is a decentralized exchange, there is fees in most transactions. But the fees is so very minimal irrespective of the amount of ether or tokens transacted. In most other exchanges, the fees is in percentage. Here we see that this twinkle deposit is reflected in the funds with the Etherscan link, deposit and the amount of twinkles. Now let us proceed to the next step, trading twinkles. Trading of twinkle is done either by creating a new order or by closing an existing order from the order book. From this seller's account, let us create a new order, and from another account, that is buyer's account, we shall learn how to close an existing order. Before creating a new order, let us see what is the best ask price. As of now, it is 800 GWEI. When you are watching the video, it could be completely different. Here many people get questions. Question 1. How much is 800 GWEI in USD? Question 2. If I want to place order at say $0.0007, then at what price in Ether should I place? Two important questions. Answers are very simple as well. Answer 1. We just multiply the price of Ether from say CoinMarketCap with this rate. Currently, the Ether price is 781.99. So, 800 GWEI is equal to 781.99 multiplied by 0.00800, which results something above $0.0006. Now answer 2. Similarly, GWEI is equal to $0.0007 divided by $781.99, which results something about 895 GWEI. Ether price here should have 9 decimal places. So if the current price is $0.0007, then all these twinkles are available cheaper. That is less than 895 GWEI. And you may consider purchasing them right away. For learning how to place order, let us create a sell order of say 200,000 twinkles at 800 GWEI. Let me enter 200,000 twinkles. Rate is 800 GWEI, 0.00800, and let the number of blocks be 10,000. We click on Sell button. While trading at ForkDelta, you can ignore this warning from MetaMask. MetaMask suddenly came up with this warning, and ForkDelta is working on alternative to not get this message. Go ahead and sign the transaction. As placing a new order is free, no blockchain transaction is created. We see our order in the order book in a different color. Our order is also in the orders tab, where there is an option to cancel the order if needed by paying a network fee. Now let us log in to buyer's account at MetaMask and refresh the ForkDelta page. As a buyer of Twinkle, you need to pay close attention here. Now we are in the buyer's account. Here we have Ether in the wallet to purchase Twinkles. Before deposit, always check the price at ethgasstation.info. and set appropriate gas price at fork delta. Let us deposit 0.04 Ether to smart contract of fork delta. We need to keep some Ether in the wallet for the fees. Now sign the transaction. It will generate transaction ID. Click on the TX hash so that we can safely close the message. And let us wait for the transaction to be successful and Ether to be credited into our account so that we can purchase Twinkles. After some time, we see that the Ether is now deposited to fork delta smart contract and a small fee is deducted as network fees. Also, in the Funds tab, we see that Ether is deposited in the account. If you are not able to see this transaction, then just reload the page. Now go to ethgasstation.info and set appropriate gas price at fork delta. Let us now proceed to purchasing 50,000 Twinkles, which would be worth the amount of Ether that we have. Twinkles is traded in multiple exchanges. We can also earn or win Twinkles for free at the Safe Zone and can be used to purchase goods and services at the Safe Zone. Twinkle is the digital currency of the Safe Zone and many businesses outside the Safe Zone also accept Twinkles as their mode of payment. It is backed by company shares, backed by gold, backed by real businesses accepting Twinkles as their mode of payment. Safe Zone is a sister company of RainbowCurrency.com. Twinkle is managed by a non-profit organization called the Rainbow Currency Foundation. Twinkle is called as your everyday money. As we have now signed the transaction and have opened the TX hash, let us wait until the transaction is successful. Alright, I am now happy that I have bought Twinkles. About 0.3% Acres fee on Twinkle is deducted. A small fee in Ether as the network fee is also deducted for the miners. To know the exact fees, you can click on the transaction in the Trades tab. We also see this trade in the Trades section. Now the next step is to withdraw the Twinkles from fork delta to my wallet. So I go to the Withdraw tab in Balance section, enter the amount of Twinkles and click on the Withdraw button. Sign the transaction. Click on the TX hash and let us again wait for the transaction to be successful. After some time, we see that the Twinkles are now in the blockchain wallet. Though there are fees in each step, we see that the total fees that is charged is so very minimum. It depends on the gas price that was set. Even some exchange with small fees charge about 0.002 Ether just for the withdrawal of Ether. Here, after paying fees for deposit, network fee of trade and withdraw, the total fees is very less. Let us now understand the terms maker and taker better. So, who is the maker? Anyone, either buyer or seller, who creates a new order is called as a maker of the order. A maker enters order into the order book. He provides liquidity to the market or exchange. But his order alone doesn't complete the order nor determine the price of the currency. And who is a taker? Any trader who completes an order from the order book is called as a taker of the order. His order normally determines the price of the currency until a new taker completes another order. He can only complete an order at a price that was entered in the order book by the maker. Maker's fee is normally less than or equal to taker's fee in most exchanges. At Fork Delta, there is no maker's fee. There is only taker's fee of 0.3%. So, to summarize the trading fee of 0.3% is deducted in the currency that the takers pay. Which means, in our case, though we paid 0.04 Ether for the purchase, the trading fee was paid as 0.3% of those Ether, and the remaining was paid to the maker for the purchase of Twinkles, which we shall see next. And the transfer tab is to transfer from this blockchain wallet to any other more secure Twinkle wallet, like to Rainbow Currency Purnam wallet. Now let us go to the seller's account and check what has happened. I go to MetaMask and select the seller's account. Select the seller's account at Fork Delta as well and refresh to make it active. Here we can see that some Twinkles have been sold, exactly as much as the buyer received. The transaction shows in the Trades tab of My Transaction as well as in the Trade section. And I have received Ether for my sale at Fork Delta account. As we discussed, the taker paid the fees in Ether, and the remaining, which was actually used to purchase the Twinkle, is completely moved to the seller's account and is ready for withdrawal. Also, even if some of our Twinkles are in the order book, we can directly withdraw to our wallet instead of cancelling and then withdrawing. This is a good tip. Finally, let us summarize the complete process. We know that the fees is very less. So, keeping that in the back of our mind, let us go through the process. For buyers, if you want to purchase Twinkles, then connect Fork Delta to a wallet which have Ether. Transfer the Ether to Fork Delta, keeping some Ether in the wallet for the fees. You can now place a new buy order and wait for any seller to sell to you. Or you can directly click on any red orders in the orders book and complete the order. You will receive Twinkles, which you can withdraw to your wallet, and if required, you can transfer to another wallet as well. Similarly, for sellers, if you want to sell Twinkles, then connect Fork Delta to a wallet which have the Twinkles which you want to sell. This wallet also should have Ether to be paid for the fees. Transfer only the Twinkles to Fork Delta. You can now place a new sell order and wait for any buyer to purchase your Twinkles. Or you can directly click on any green orders in the order book and complete the order. You will receive Ether, which you can withdraw to your wallet, and if required, you can transfer to another wallet as well. Before ending, I would log out of my MetaMask account so that my wallet is not kept open, which other sites in this browser can have access to. And if you have imported the account, then definitely remember to forget account. Save keys if you have not done already. So we have learnt in detail the Fork Delta exchange. Thank you for learning at the Safe Zone School. Hope to see you soon learning other topics. Have a nice day and God bless you.